Let's get started, guys. Oh my God. So let's see. So this is what I've got right now. I've got Unity here. It's got a main camera, which is looking at the environment. The environment has a directional light. It's got a canvas, which is a UI element. The UI element has two buttons. One button adds to the score. One button subtracts from the score. I've got text that says score. I've got text that stores the score variable. I've got a sprite for Kellen because I thought it would be fun to have Kellen be there. And I've got an event system that doesn't actually do anything right now. Both buttons have an on-click event where at runtime, when they are clicked, they run the script text var behavior dot add score function. And they're referencing the text score var game object here. And it has the script text var behavior script attached to it. So that looks like this. Oh my goodness. So here we go. So let's comment some of this just so that, like, you know, if I die and Adam has to, like, you know, take over my reign here, he can read my comments. Okay, so at the start, update the score. And we don't need to do anything in update. Don't need to do anything once per frame. That would be excessive. So if the add score function is called, I want to add num to add to the score. So adds a number, num to add to the score value. Okay, cool. This is subtracts a number num to sub from the score value. And then this is the update score function. So when called update the score text string. Oh no, I've done an annoying thing. Some of my variables are camel case and some of them are not. So I'm gonna retrofit that right away. Text, whoops, string. And text object. Text string. Okay, now I gotta change these. Text string text object. This is called camel case, and it is it's when you capitalize all of the starter letters in any name that's like a run-on of a couple of different words together, and it just helps you read it more easily. Hey Eplesh, glad to see you in the chat here, man. Okay, good. So, you know, if any of you are like super new to programming, so like what these are variables. And these are kind of like buckets that store some kind of value. Specifically, these are integer variables. They store only whole numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can't store 10.8. They can only store 10 or 11. This is a string, which means it's a piece of text. This is an integer. This is a text game object, which is a capital T text variable. And that is storing something that I'm getting from Unity. So what is that text object? Text object is, so I need to go to the button. Text object is this. It's this game object here. Text underscore score var. So this is, it's a Unity construct that lets you like define a whole bunch of behaviors and store them all together and keep them all wrapped in one object. So like you can you can assign like a physical object to this so that it looks like something. You can assign a mesh is what that's called. You can assign textures to it. You can assign animations to it, scripts. Polygon 6K is asking why I named my classes script underscore. So like these are just mono developed scripts. So for the sake of like folder structure, I named them all script underscore. So like here, text underscore, button underscore. I'm just trying to keep everything really like easy for me to understand what everything is supposed to be. Sprite underscore. So let's see, we need to build this. Build successful, beautiful, and then we can play. When I'm in play mode, which is what happens when I click the play button here, my entire Unity window goes purple, and that's because I really don't want to edit stuff in play mode without knowing that I'm in play mode when I'm editing. Because if you edit in Unity, if you edit values, like I could go here and I could change the font size to like 25. Okay, see, easy. Let's see, what was it, 14? Yeah, sure. Add to score, subtract from score. Okay, now that I've changed that, it's actually fucking up a bit. But you can still see here, text string and score value are still updating properly. So it's currently 60 down over here, now 70, subtract from score, 50, 40, 30, 20. But when I stop playing, that change, let's change that. I'll just go to 25. Yep. So it says score will go here. When I stop playing, it goes right back to 14, because any changes that you make in play mode don't get saved when you exit play mode, which is very useful because it lets you test things without actually screwing with your game too much. So, okay, this is good. I'm going to start a new project because I think it will be good to just go back through, like, really quickly the setup that I did last time. New project. Oh, Chunk 2 is asking how you make it go purple. You go to edit. Is it edit? Let's see. Preferences, yes. And then you go to colors, play mode tint, and that changes it so that you can see, okay, I'm definitely not in the normal mode because I actually screwed up last time. All right, good. New project. New Unity Project 1. So this is Indie Game Clicker. And it's going to be under Projects, New Folder, Indie Game Clicker. Select folder, done, create project. I should like put this on a Dropbox somewhere and make it public so that anybody who wants to download it totally can. So we've got a main camera. I want it to be an orthographic projection, so it's not perspective based, it's not like full 3D, it's actually just completely flat. So orthographic camera. Directional light, sure, no problem. And then I want a UI. I want a button. Okay, good. So this is going to be btn underscore one game. Yeah, game 1. Okay, sure. So what do we want to do? I want to make a game where each time you click the button, you generate some sort of resource. When you have enough of that resource, you can spend that resource to purchase auto generators that give you more resources. And then, so to get all the core functionality, I want at least 2 things that you can purchase. And I want Well, I want 2 resource generators that you can purchase, and I want an upgrade for one of your resource generators that makes your resource generator generate more resources. Okay, so hang on. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do this. Trello. We're going to go to Trello, and we are going to we're going to like create a little task list that's going to tell us, okay, here's exactly what we need to do in order to make this game. I'm logging in over here on the second screen, so y'all can't see my super secret login information or how many embarrassing times that I forget my password. Too many incorrect password attempts. Reset my password. Okay. Sounds like Kiska is going to the bathroom in the back. Hey, I'm Runiel. Welcome to the stream. We heard you need a password reset. Click the link below and you will be able to do that. Kiska, come here. Yeah. Come here. Come on. Come here. Yeah, there we go. Here, let me make sure that you guys get a little bit of a little Kiska shot over here. Yeah, there we go. There's a sweet girl. Hey, sweetie. Oh, what a good kitty. Yeah. All right. Good. Okay, good. Return to the login page. Now I can log in. Oh yeah, Kiska wants to. She wants to play. All right, good. So here's the Trello board. We're going to create a new board. What do we need to call it? We're going to call it Indie Game Clicker. Organization none, create. Okay, good. So here's where we're going to list all of the things that we need to do in order to make our Indie Game Clicker. So first of all, we need to store, we need to click to generate one resource. And then we need to, oh, that's, no, wait, these are lists. So this is to do, save. This is work in progress, save. And this is done. Save. Good. Add a card. So card number 1 is going to be click to generate one resource. Add. We need to store resource count. Add. And then we want purchase auto generator one resource per second, and we want to purchase auto generator 5 resource per second. Okay, so that's our 2 auto generators, and then we need auto generator 1 upgrade. Cool. Okay, so I think that's a pretty good amount. So first thing that we're going to do, we're going to click to generate one resource and store resource count. So those are the things that we're working on right now. All right, good. So button, game 1. So what are we going to do here? Yep. Okay, so where's my camera? Interesting. Size is 5 on that camera, which seems quite small. The canvas is size 1090 by 759, which is strange. Right, but what we want, we currently have this in screen space overlay, but I want to make it screen space camera. The render camera that we're going to use will be main camera. Okay, good. Done. So now, from the main camera view, yep, good. Now the main camera view is affixed to the thing. So button 1. Okay, so we're going to put this up in the upper left. What are we going to call it? In camera sees it. Excellent. The text is going to say let's say run Kickstarter. So no. Stream game dev. Yeah, that's what it's going to say. It's going to say stream game dev. Okay, good. So right now, if we could play, all we're going to do is we're going to see this, and we can click it. It does things if you click it, but it doesn't do it, and it doesn't actually have any function. Okay, that's good. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, click on the 2D button in scene view when focusing the canvas. Book. Yeah, that is much better that way. Love it. Thank you, Apollyon 6K. All right, so let me think here. What we need to do, we need some text. So I'm going to create a UI object, which is just some text. And this is going to say current, what is it like when it's the amount of money that you have in the bank? It's not your budget. It's like liquid assets. If I see something better in chat, I will totally use it. So, good. Then we'll select that, we'll go up, we'll go over. And that should be probably like 18. Size on that needs to be different. That's for sure. Funds. Current balance. Oh, Mom. It's not Hawken Mama. It's Horkin Mama. My mom's in chat. Hi, Mom! So we're going to say, like, 200. Okay, sure. Current funds. Funds is good. Current funds. And then we need a bit of text. So this is txt cur fund. And then we need a piece of text. Another one. Yep, and this one is going to be, this is going to show fund amount. And I need these to be centered. So center that, position 391, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good, now they're centered. Mom, I'm making a little game. Capital is also good. Okay, so now we've got a button. We've got text for current funds. We've got text, xt, fund amount. Okay, good. Now what we need to do is on click, we want to somehow get information to fund amount. But what we want to do is we want to add or subtract. Now, all right, let me think about this. I'm going to open up YED and I'm going to like do a little logic graph here. New document. Okay, so we've got, what do we have? We've got this. This is our fund variable. Apply. Okay, so yeah, here we go. We've got a funds variable here. It needs to be able to be increased and to be decreased. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, okay, we need to be able to do two things to this funds variable. We need to be able to increase it, properties, increase, apply, okay. Whoop. This is a flowchart program called YED, and we need to be able to decrease. So, yep, okay, cool. Good. So what needs to be able to tell it to increase? We need, so hang on, this is a variable, so this will be an action. Okay. So what was the other button that we had? We have stream game dev. Streaming game dev increases your funds. Good. So now we know stream game dev increases fund variable. So good. Book. Book. Good. Excellent. And what else increases the funds variable? What did we want to do? We're forgetting a little bit. Indie game clicker, come on. Auto generator 1 and auto generator 5 will also both stream, will also both, they will both increase the amount. So we'll go back to YED, auto generator 1, properties. Y, okay, whoop. That can increase it, and then auto generator 5 can increase it. Okay, so good. So clearly the fund variable has to be able to take a bunch of increases, and probably what I want it to do, because we're going to end up having a ton of input pouring into the increase function. Probably, I'm thinking what I want it to do is that every frame we look at like the amount that it's been told to increase by, we lump it all together and then we increase by that amount, and then we flush that amount from our buffer. So it's like every frame we fill the buffer to a certain amount, and then we're also emptying that buffer into the variable. And we're doing the same thing. The only thing that can decrease at the moment is the upgrade. Purchase the auto generator 1 upgrade. So good, apply. That's probably, like, it seems safe to do the same thing. At least I think so. So we'll think about keeping that way also. So, okay. We've got to increase, we've got to decrease. So I'm going to write a script for the funds variable. All it does is it takes information from other scripts, and it says to those, or those other scripts say to it, increase by this amount. Okay. Good. I think we got this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, this is what this script is going to look like. This is pseudocode right here. I'll do this. Font will go to like 20 or 18. So we've got, like, you know, source of funds, and then we've got amount of funds, and then so this is going to be a game object. Game object source of funds. Amount of funds is going to be an integer. No, it's probably going to be a float. Float amount of funds. And then what we're going to do is we're going to like do boop. So this is on update. So on update, what we're going to do is we're going to we need. So this is going to be called delta funds, because it's the change in funds, and then we've got a float that is current funds. Okay, cool. So every frame, if delta funds is greater than 0, then we do some other stuff. So what we're going to do is if delta funds is greater than 0, current funds plus equals, so here's what I'll just type it, add delta funds to current funds, because this is pseudocode, remember we're not actually coding, and then empty delta funds. Good, so that's what we want to do every update. But also what these clicks are going to be doing, what these auto generators are going to be doing, they're going to be calling another function, and this is going to be increase delta funds, and that function is going to take some kind of an integer or a float. Maybe this is, oh yeah. Fund flow. So this is like the funds that are going in. Yeah, good. So it takes fund flow, and then what it does is it add fund flow to delta funds. Done. That's all that does. And we also need to decrease delta funds. So this isn't happening all the time, but it's happening whenever this is called from other places. So these are functions that other places can say, add 5, add 3, add 1, etc., etc., etc. Decrease delta funds, float, fund flow. Cool. Add, subtract fund flow from delta funds. Hi, Kiska. Are you sad? What's up? Hey, do you want some scrubs? Some face scrubs? Okay, good. So we can either increase delta funds or decrease delta funds, and then we know how many funds there are. But what we need to be able to do is we need to be able to know for certain that there are enough funds. So what we're going to do is we're going to say if current funds is greater than fund flow, because we want to make sure that we're only doing this if we have enough money. Else, we just won't do it. Hey, come here. Someone's saying you could use the same function but parse a negative number. I think that's probably true. I think I want to keep them separate. I'm not entirely sure why, but I feel like I will want to. I'll want to be sure that I'm like tracking carefully what's happening. I also feel like possibly if I wanted to like debug it later, then I could insert some sort of print here. Print funds are being decreased by fund flow, and then like I could like be printing that regularly to the screen so that I can be like, okay, now I know exactly what's being called, and that helps me more easily figure out why it might be broken. All right, I think that's all I need to do here. So let's give it a try, okay? Yep, I'm going to pull this over to the other screen. We're going to head into MonoDevelop for a script that's attached to the fund amount. Right? I think. Add component, new script. So SCR funds manager. We'll call it funds manager. It's in C#. Create and add. Okay, let's dive in. I'm checking current funds to see if it's greater than fund flow, because I don't want to subtract more funds than I currently have, right? If I only have $10 and I'm trying to withdraw $15, I want it to not let me to do that. Okay, so we also want to update, the text that is printed on the screen. So let's do this. And we're also using Unity engine dot UI. Goosethorn is saying, never track money or resources using floating point numbers. Floating point precision will kill you on equality checks in large numbers. Interesting. I think that's fine. But I think I don't care about it too much right now. But I'll keep that in mind for the future. So thank you for dropping that note in chat. At the moment, I'll probably go forwards primarily because I don't know how to put a decimal into integer numbers. Like, I'm sure that there's some sort of fanciness that you can do, but yes. Okay, so every update. So what do we need? We need a couple variables. We need a game object. So we need public. Game object source of funds. So this is the thing that's requesting. The thing that's requesting to increase or decrease funds. Okay. And then we need float delta funds. Do we need float delta funds? Yes. Yes, we do. Aaron Power is saying the problem is when you add 0.1 to 0.2, you can get 0.3000001, and then you've got like strange inequalities. That's fine. I mean, we're going to be working with larger numbers than that at the moment. This is C#, in case anybody was curious. So float delta funds, float current funds. Cool. So delta funds is the requested change in the amount of funds this frame. In this frame, yes. So this is only the amount that we are currently within this frame requesting to change. And then current funds is the current bank of funds. So on start, we don't want to do anything right now. I know that there's something there where, like, on start, I want to change it so that it's showing the amount of funds currently in the bank. That's fine. So, every update, if delta funds is greater than 0, so if there's some amount stored in delta funds, I want to dump it into current funds. So, here we go. If delta funds greater than 0, current funds plus equals delta funds. And delta funds can be negative, so that's fine. Okay, I think that's all I want to do. So, like, yeah. If there's an amount to add or subtract, do so. And that's all we want to do. Every update. Bloop, 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 just dumping it in there. And, that's the other thing. We want to set delta funds to 0. Nope, that's comparison. 0. Cool. So the double equals is comparison. It's like a true-false statement saying, is delta funds equal to 0? But this one is, oh yeah, nope, someone's pointing out an error in my logic. But I'll get to that in a moment. And this one is saying, set delta funds to 0. Okay, so someone in chat, Twilight Spark, is saying delta funds needs to be not equal to 0 because it could be negative. Cool. We'll initialize it to be 0. And current funds we will initialize to be 0 as well. Okay, now I'm not sure if game object is the right thing for source of funds, but that should be fine. Okay, good. So now we've got the stuff that's happening every update, every frame. It's still growing. It's still running. It's still doing stuff. So this is going to be void. Now we don't want to return anything with this. It's possible. So this thing here, it defines the function that I'm making, and it also is telling the system, it's telling the code what kind of output that function is going to generate. So either this function could generate no output at all. All I want to do is increase delta funds. That's what we're doing right now, right? We're going to make this one. But it's possible that I could want to make it be a Boolean output so that it can return true when it succeeds, and it could return something else when it fails, and then I could error handle that. But I don't think I really care about that at the moment. I'm going to just make it be a void, which means it returns nothing. So increase funds. Yep. And I'm taking a variable. So I'm taking float fund flow. Cool. And what we're going to do is we're going to delta funds. Oh, I don't have delta funds for some reason. That's interesting. I've done something wrong. I wonder why. That one has delta funds. This one has delta funds. No, this one doesn't. If delta, oh, how interesting. I wonder what's going on there. Maybe someone in chat can point it out, but I'm just going to keep on, going as if everything is fine, even though I think it is problematic. Let's try to build it. We'll see if there's a problem. Yeah, that's a problem. Okay. So if delta funds is not equal to 0, boop. Okay, let's save it and then F8. Okay, good. Brackets in the if statement. I've got brackets in the if statement. Private float delta funds? It's just mono developed, that's stupid. I don't know, whatever. Yeah, I initialized delta funds. It's right here, it's initialized. Like I can do delta funds here. I don't know, is that a private variable? I'm not sure. Whatever. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to delta funds. Oh, now it's available. Good. I guess it was just thinking. It's just parsing or something like that. Plus equals fund flow. Okay. Good. So when something else calls the function increase funds, we add the fund flow amount. So that other thing will say increase funds by 5, and we'll add 5 to delta funds. Done. Done, done, done. And we will also subtract funds. So increase delta funds by some amount, fund flow. Okay, and then we'll do decrease funds. Void decrease funds float fund flow. And this is a local variable, so decrease delta funds by some amount, fund flow. Okay, a delta funds minus equals fund flow. Okay. Beautiful. I'm totally forgetting how to get this game object to display text. It should be like this dot text, this dot toString message. Okay, so clearly we're gonna have to go to the Unity reference and see what exactly I need to be setting in order to get it right. Someone's saying to delete the conditional and update bit bug. It's useless and will slow down my code. I suppose. I see no reason to doubt you. Like, I guess my thinking is that in many frames, delta funds will be 0, and therefore it's just not going to run these two commands. It's not going to add anything or try to add anything. It's not going to try to reinitialize delta funds to 0. So I do one check every frame in order to skip doing 2 arithmetic operations every frame. I don't know. I don't think it's a big deal. Okay, so, yep, we're doing very well. I'm happy with the way things are going. We're going to come over here and we're going to go to manual UI. Okay, under UI, UI reference, visual components, text. So text is the text displayed by the control. So this dot text, is that right? So void update text, parentheses, this dot text. That's strange. This dot text equals, no. I'm doing something wrong and I'm not entirely sure why. This dot text equals current funds dot toString. So I wonder why this doesn't have a text field. Yeah, script funds manager does not contain a definition for text. Game object has no text variable. It is the text component. I need to use get component text. How did I do it in the other one? I'm not sure. This is going to fail. Yeah. Script funds manager does not contain a definition for text. All right, cool. But fortunately, I already solved this problem in my other game. So hang on. I'm just going to go over to that. Find that really quick. Y'all are going to see where I keep all my prawns. Program files, Unity3d. Projects, and this was project UI v1, new Unity project, assets. It was text var behavior. Update score, text string. So I had, okay. I had a text object. And I had a text string. Interesting. I've totally forgotten how that was set up in the other thing, but it's given me a little bit of a hint, so cool. Okay, so public text. So this is the text object. And then string, text string. Yep, okay, so text object equals dot text equals current funds dot toString. I think that should be right, so I don't think I actually need text string. Yeah, I don't. And then, if I have done anything, then I want to update text. this is all looking a lot like what I need to do. Update the text to display the current funds. Okay, good. Nevin Gaming YT, thanks for hanging out, man. Glad to have you in my chat, and enjoy the evening in Norway. I spent some time in Norway a couple years ago, and that was fantastic. Okay, so cool. That's good. Coming back here. So, all right. This is the funds manager. Fund amount. Source of funds. So I can just put myself in here, right? I think so. The source of funds, I don't actually need that to be public, I guess. Ah, right. I wanted to do that for a different reason. Minor detail, says EGD Phoenix. But if you want only 2 decimal points for the fund string, .toString accepts a string as an optional argument to specify the format for converting the float to a string. Interesting. Good to know. Good to know, EGD Phoenix. Thank you. Okay, so like if I hit play, it updated. It updated to 0. That's fantastic. Good. Okay. Good. All right, let's go back to our planning and see how we're doing. Okay, so we made a thing. We made a variable to store the resource count. It's done. Good job, stream. Good job. We've done it. We have a click to generate 1 resource. We have the UI button. So let me edit that. This is the task for the UI. UI button. Click to generate 1 resource. We've done it. Good job, boys. But we also want behavior click button to generate 1 resource. Okay, and that's what we want to do. So now I want to be able to click that button in order to add 1 resource. It's going to be $1, you know, $1. Every time you stream game dev, you earn $1. Okay, so that's going to have an on-click thing. I'm going to add something. On click, what I want to do, runtime only, I want to go send a message to fund amount. Send a message here to the script funds manager. And this is only increasing funds. So somehow those methods are not public. Why? Let's take a look at that. How did I do that in the other one? So these are public. These need to be public methods. Yep. Okay. Easy. Easy peasy. So we'll just open this back up. Maximize that. This is a public method, increase funds. Public method, decrease funds. But we don't actually just want to send fund flow. We don't just want to send the number. What we want to send is also the game object that's sending the request. And that's really just in case. I'm only doing that because like maybe at some future point I'll be debugging this and I'll be like, God, why isn't it going up? What is going on? Who is trying to send the information? Ah, it's that, you know, 117th granny causes the breakdown of stuff. Okay, cool. So game object source of funds. That's what I want. So this doesn't want to be here. Delete. That wants to be here and here. Good. Save. Build. Successful. Good. Okay, so the button, once again, we're going to script funds manager and we are trying to increase funds. Why is it not working? We've built, right? Build. Increase funds, decrease funds. Build successful. Okay. Fund amount. Let me just, I'll save that. Oops. Let's save project. Good. It's done. Okay, button game one, text fund, screen, funds manager, what? It's not there. Script funds manager isn't allowing me to access the increase funds method. Why? What do y'all think? Why is it not showing up there? Here, let's just like delete this. Let's just say none. And let's delete that, and then let's try to add this again. So, yep, and what we want is we want the fund amount. We want to send a message to it to increase funds. Script funds manager.cs. Public void increase funds. Public void decrease funds. Why is that not the same as this? Public void add score. Public void subscore. Maybe I can't have the parentheses right next to it? Does that make sense? Why would that be a problem? Okay, let's give that a try. Danky Kang, man. Enjoy your Game of Thrones, man. Thank you for hanging out in my chat for a little while. I do appreciate your stopping by, my friend. Okay, good. Maybe that was it. I don't know why that would be it, but like let's give it a try. Button game one, no function, script funds manager. It's still not showing up. All right, here's what we need to do. I need to go to my other project to see how I did that. Save scene. Main. Sorry about that. A whole bunch of painful sounds. Mike Matrix is just guessing, but he thinks that maybe you can't have parameters for those functions. Maybe you can't pass parameters through the onClick function. That would be strange. I'm going to have some, what's her name? Megan someone or other. Stuck in my head now. All right, so open project. We're going to open the other project. Yeah, we're going to open this project UI v1. Close that down. Okay, so, what? What? Yeah, open the scene. There we go. Okay, good. So now button add to score does call add score from script text var behavior. Now, interestingly, these can take parameters. They can take string parameters. Add score doesn't take a parameter. You know what? I think we need to go to the reference again. And I want to see buttons, canvas components, visual components, interaction components, buttons, on click, a Unity event that is invoked when the user clicks the button and releases it. There's nothing specific there about not being able to take parameters. Megan Trainer, yes, Reiko Suave. Apollyon 6K thinks that you can pass one parameter but not more? Let's give it a try. Let's see if it's true. Let's go back. Okay, good. open main, canvas, button game 1. Yeah, so let's edit this. Yeah, Ploter98 and anybody else who is curious, I'm going to upload this to YouTube afterwards. If you're not familiar with who I am, my name's Steven Lumpkin, aka Silent Osiris. The O is 0. Just like the address in the Twitch bar up above, you can find me on Twitter and YouTube as well. If you don't mind, I would love it if you gave me a follow on Twitter and here. Twitter is where you can usually find me in order to like track when I'm going to be streaming. So, okay, I've deleted one of the parameters, so now this function only takes a single parameter called funFloat. It's a float value. Should be fine. Button game 1. Funds manager, yes. Interesting. So the onClick function that gets called can only take one parameter, which is interesting. I don't know why. Okay, so it's taking a float, and that float is going to be 1. So let's save that. Thank you, SheenRocks82. I appreciate it. Bird is asking if I still do level design for Warhammer, and the answer is no. I'm no longer working on Warhammer 40,000 Eternal Crusade. I have departed amicably, and I'm now working for another company I can't say any more about yet, but I'm very excited about it, and I can't wait until I can say more. Okay, so every time I stream game dev, I add 1 to current funds, and the current funds is totally working exactly the way that I wanted it to. So, well done, ladies and gentlemen. This was very good. We have returned to a close place that we used to be. Okay, that means it's time for a break. I like to take breaks. When I do personal work, I actually work on the Pomodoro system. I work for 52 minutes, and then I take a 17-minute break. I'm not going to take a 17-minute break right here, right now, but let's take a 10-minute break. I'll just like, I'll find some Twitch-friendly music, and I will play that in the background while we just like have a chat. And I'm just going to like take my brain away from Unity for a little bit, and we'll just do some hanging out for 10 minutes or so.